Shiny. Shiny.
Hmm?
I'm so hungry.
Oh, the tummy
I'm
thing.
so hungry. Food. Need meat.
You don't have any?
No, I'm all out.
Okay.
But I can trade you. What do you want? I'll trade you.
What do you have? What? Huh?
I don't know how much that is.
How did you even get this?
I found it in a chest. I thought it was tasty and it's not.
Okay. Do you have anything that has high magical value?
That,
I can have this?
yeah.
Okay. I will be right back. I'm gonna do the hunting thing.
Okay.
Ah, this'll do nicely. Now let's see, modify the spell. Hi, dragon.
Hi. Food.
Here you go, dragon.
Food. I feel better.
How long did you go without food?
5 minutes.
Oh.
So hungry. Okay, but I've been flying around a lot. Takes a lot of energy. Gotta eat. But I found stuff.
You found stuff?
Found stuff. Very happy. Oh, do you want to see the inside of my hoard?
Hoard?
My nest. The nest is all... The nest is mostly done.
Yes. This place?
Yes, the nest. It's big and has lots of sunlight. I'm inside.
Oh wow, this is very different. This is great.
Yep.
What are these?
Plants. Lots of
Interesting
plants.
What are these? Oh.
I'm still working on putting all my stuff together.
This is a very beautiful area.
Yeah. I also have a little water system.
Oh, you have one of these.
Yes. Also, up.
Up? There's another floor. I didn't even notice.
Yep. It's all big enough for when I get bigger.
You're able to move around when you get full grown.
I should be, yeah.
Ooh.
I can squeeze. I can't hit my head on things. I'll get super big and I'll hit my head on things. But I can squeeze through gaps still.
Are the doors downstairs going to be big enough?
Oh yeah. I might have to duck a little bit if I get super big.
I like this little bridge.
It is cute.
It's very cute.
I'm going to cover this in coins.
This?
Yep, the whole floor here is gonna be coins.
Hmm.
I might have to dig one more down if I get lots of coins. I'm just gonna fill it with all my favorite things now and then I'm happy.
So you want to do this?
I can't sleep on that.
Oh, you cannot?
Nope.
Do you have any of those dragon dusts that I could borrow right now?
Yeah. Dragon dust.
Thank you. What is it called again? Elder dragon dust. Thank you. So if I do this... this is it. That should be it.
Yes.
It's not night.
I sleep. I sleep.
Do you have more?
I'm gonna have lots of copper here soon.
Oh, you want
I'll
copper?
have more. Well, I have copper. I mean, it would take a lot of money to fill up this whole thing, you know?
True. If you have more of the dust, that's all it takes. A little bit of that dragon dust and some of the...
A little bit. I was saving it up to make things to munch, but this is more important.
Oh, you have little
Ow.
benches.
Yeah.
You've been collecting.
Yes. Collect.
I need to go check in on the sad humans area.
It's looking good.
Have you been there recently?
A little bit, yeah. I was looking for iron. I didn't want to interrupt his stuff. This way.
Oh? There's a building now.
Claimed.
I didn't know the sad human could build. What is that?
Most humans can build. What's that? Runewood? Totem pole. Oh. It's doing stuff to me.
And me. It messes with my energies.
Sometimes I come over and I just look at his stuff and see if there's any books to read, but I'd leave everything else alone.
Oh, I should read the books too, actually. Wow, the sad human had a lot of books to read.
Yep. He always does, so I come over and I look at them.
Wait, what? The farm got bigger? The farm got a lot bigger. There's a lot more stuff now. Dragon, did you make all of this already? How? You have paws. How did you do this with paws? Oh, there is even a little path going up there. And all the pretty trees. Look at all the colors. That's incredible. I bet the humans' place hasn't changed much. Oh. Oh. Oh? There's a... I forget what that's called. Bridge thing. And... when did the sad human get to build this? I swear this was smaller earlier. Are humans this fast at building? Oh. Okay, this is just ridiculous. This is a little bit ridiculous. How big? Am I supposed to be that fast at building? Am I not doing things fast enough? Okay. Building thing. I've done the building thing before. I built this, I built that, sort of. Well, I decorated it. Okay, I have to do the building thing. How do I do the building thing? You know, I would not consider myself much of a builder. I know, big surprise to everyone who knows me. Okay, that's enough babble and whining from me. I think I will conjure up my tower now. In the best way I know how. Oh, what do we think, everybody? What do we think? It is, of course, not done yet, but that's fine. That is okay. I have spent many hours in creative mode trying to figure out a design for this tower, and this is eventually what I settled on for our starting design, where we have our front entrance, our window, our tower leading upwards into the sky, and of course some other things. I didn't have time to install the door, unfortunately, so it's just here on the side. I hope you don't mind. We have lovely patterns over here into the blackstone flooring, and I used blackstone for a lot of this build. I was thinking about going for a lighter build tone, and then I thought, no, I will make a gradient and make the colors go up. I used a lot of different blocks for this. I want to add in some more flowers, some more bushes, some more of that. I, in fact, want to tweak the entire terrain around here in a moment. But first, let me show you inside. Well, you can see most of the inside in the time lapse, but this is it. This is our little living area. I think the downstairs I want to have a little living area and some base magic stuff, maybe some furniture down here. That feels nice. I mean, the dragon told me humans like furniture, and I want some of that. I don't know what it is yet, but I'll get it. I think a seat is one of the furniture things. So, living space down here, and I don't want all of these chests cluttering up our living space, so I'm going to put them underground. Speaking of underground, underneath here is actually where that magical circle is that gives us a lot of magical energy. Now, don't worry about that magical energy being sealed under the tower, because it's not. It actually will go all throughout the tower without me having to do anything. Speaking of the rest of the tower, up here we have our second floor, which I want to use for many magical purposes. This is going to be the main room for magical experiments, or for doing new types of magic, or maybe for hanging out. I made sure it had a big window, which something feels missing from here as of now. But I wanted to make sure this room had a big enough space for us. And then, after that, we have the third floor, which I'm not sure what to use for yet. I'm thinking about giving each type of magic its own floor, and making the tower really tall, but I'm also going to make the tower go underground a little bit so we can fit stuff like our storage and our chests. It is going to take a long time to do. Just like designing this tower took a very long time for me. I was expecting it to take much quicker than this. And then building it and getting all the materials, whew! But for where we are in the series, this is fine for our little starter base. What isn't fine is all the terrain around here, because we have builds mixing here and here and here, and they're all kind of different meshes and different styles, and they just kind of like on the vanilla terrain. There's not really anything connecting it, and you should all know my favorite thing in Minecraft is the terraining. So why don't I fix some of this terrain around here and make it so that things sort of flow together a little bit more. Okay, I've moved all of the things from out there to in there. And let me tell you, I did not organize any of it. It is all a mess. However, I did separate some magical items over to here. We've got some wands, we got some magical dust, we got gems, potions, and some literature. This is all very temporary until I get a proper setup, but now that I've moved all of that, I can start on the terrain out here because I want to do some funky stuff with the terrain. As you can see here, I think what the dragon did is cut out an outline here. You can see how straight it is, and also over here to make sure that there's enough room for this, and you can see out here the dirt is kind of bulged out, but it doesn't look natural. It looks like at any moment that dirt can crumble because of the weight of this, or like the wood. Also this house, I know we've only just had this built, but from the tower I feel like there's a better way that I can make this path. There's also this indent here on the ground, which makes it so there's no pathway over this way. So I'm going to do what I do best and smooth out the terrain, make it look a little more natural, and then we can put some pathways in. Now that is much smoother. Everywhere has been smoothed out just a little bit. Which means it's now easier for us to plan our next thing. And I think our next thing should be replacing the normal grass here with some coarse dirts where grass won't grow, and making little trails and paths to different areas and places. We have Aman that way, we have the dragon that way, and we have Maka that way. Which means carefully planning out how I'm going to do these pathways, and I think the best way to do them is from the air. By simply shooting where I think the path should go. So I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this pathway design at the moment. Not just the way it like goes and juts out that way, but also I don't know if I like this texture. Now, the reason you would normally do a dirt type texture is because of environmental stuff, like, oh yeah, well, of course they would do this because it makes it easier to walk through, the grass and stuff. Another reason is usually they're like, have you guys ever heard of desire paths? It's a thing that you might see in some parks in some areas where there's a grassway and there's a walkway built in, but people go over the grass anyway, and that's because the grass route is just easier to do. And after a long amount of time, the grass would basically just die on that pathway and they'll be stomped out. And when the grassway is stomped out, you get a sort of mark like this, and you get a pathway that's made by the desire of humans. And in storytelling, you might want to build some of these pathways because it tells you where a character usually goes and how often they go there. If you see a dirt pathway, and that's not like the main structure of how pathways are done there, that might indicate that this person travels back and forth on that exact route a lot. However, for the character I'm playing on this server, I don't particularly think going on foot is the norm. So I might end up asking if there's a better option for this pathway. The reason I decided to do this pathway is because of what Aman did over there with this sort of pathway, which does look very natural for this area. However, for this area, maybe what we want is some sort of cobbled or stone pathway that indicates, yeah, we put a lot of effort into the walkways because we didn't want to walk on dirt, or something to that effect. I mean, we have this big fancy mansion right there, we have this really good farm right here, the dragon is doing so much with plants in the environment over there, and then we've got the magic tower here. Speaking of which, I will have a name for this tower by the time next episode airs, and I will be fitting in this door the right way with that symbol intact. It's the same one I put here. And I believe that is it for this episode of Mythical Mayhem. As a reminder, you can support me over on Ko-Fi by giving me several coffees if you like. I look forward to seeing your comments down in the comment section below, and I will see you all next time. Bye!